My name is Dudo and I'm the Goalie Gear Snob, and these are the top 8 most mid setups from the past 2024-2025 season. So let's dive into it now. So I did want to put myself on camera more and do a whole different slew of videos for the month of August, but I am battling a little bit of a sickness right now, so I do not want to be on camera. So this is my improvisation. We're looking at the top 8 most mid setups for the past season, starting with number 8, Sam Montembeault of the Montreal Canadiens. I just think overall that the true PX4 graphic was just not good. Like the way that people would line it up, and especially making these giant F-looking graphics, I just think it didn't really do much justice to the Montreal Canadiens uniform, that heritage look that they have. So this setup here reminds me a lot of someone that'll just kind of throw red, white, and blue gear together and not really think much about the uniform or anything else. They're just like, hey, I have red, white, and blue. I put red, white, and blue on the pads. Looks good to me. Again, just mid. The only saving grace here is that I like the helmet. It's super detailed and looks great up close, but it's not really a 1,000-footer mask, but the detail is up close and I appreciate that. Then as we look at number 7, we have Ivan Fedotov, who this whole setup here, I mean, it's just fine. The outlining of the graphic across the shin towards the outer roll, like it looks fine. It kind of matches the uniform, but the lack of having any extra nylon colors on it, I just think it is what it is. And the extra glove spine color, I mean, it's all right. It's nothing super special. Just kind of it is what it is. I also don't love how dark the helmet is with the rest of the gear. I feel like it absolutely should have been a little bit of a different color. It matches the white, orange, and black. Although the Flyers use burnt orange, this here is like a regular orange, and it doesn't totally match. So that's why I don't think Flyers goalies should be using a lot of orange in their gear anyway. And for this setup here, it is what it is. It's fine. It's mid. Next, we're looking at Leevi Merilainen, and while I really like the shadow graphic and how he has it split, one across the top, one across the bottom, the biggest thing that grinds my gears is the silver. I can't stand that there's silver logos across the set. I really wish that there was the gold logos that would match the gold of the Senators uniform. I'll go on a pedestal here and say that I feel like gold should be used way more in the Senators uniforms. I like the leg channel color here. I think it matches pretty well, but I wish it did tie in on the glove and blocker. I myself like having white gloves and a colored leg channel, so I get why people do it. Just for the Sens uniform here, I feel like you could use a little bit more red, a little bit more color. White doesn't necessarily do it too much justice, especially with the new alternate jerseys they have coming out for the next season. I hope people do some extra wild graphics. Next, we're looking at Joel Hofer for the St. Louis Blues. The biggest issue I have with this set is that there's no navy in it. So we have white, royal, and sport gold. I mean, it matches the uniform, but I really wish there was navy in this setup here. It would have made it look even better. The other thing that I did want to point out is that there's pretty much stock strapping, stock everything across the set. There's nothing too special here across the set, but you know, I know that the Blues are moving away from royal blue and navy in the next set of uniforms and going with that lighter color. I believe a lot of goalies are going to be wearing royal with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of do like a light blue, but I really think that Joel Hofer could do a lot with those uniforms for next season. Maybe he does a vintage set, who knows, but I just think the last set that he wore, it was fine. It's kind of in the middle of this most mid setup here. Next, we're looking at Petr Mrazek. It's fine. We have white, we have red, we have black. It matches the Chicago uniform, but knowing how great Soderblom looked in his set, knowing the history of Chicago Blackhawks goalies, I feel like this set is going to be easily forgotten. Don't get me wrong, like Mrazek always has some pretty solid sets, some pretty memorable ones, but the ones that I filmed here, it's pretty basic. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's fine. So he is using the Vaughn gear, and I really like the VX1 graphic with how it's laid out. I just think the colorway leaves a little bit more to be desired. Would have liked another chunk of red or a chunk of black, or even maybe something special in the logo color, but that's Petr Mrazek style. He always has a flashy set and a basic set, so it's fine. Again, just another normal setup. Next, we're going to be looking at Stuart Skinner. I was kind of going back into the comments for people that, mentioned him on my top 10 setup, and I replied with a whole bunch of Z's like I was sleeping. I mean, this Stuart Skinner setup was pretty boring to me with how big the Oilers uniforms are and how popular they are. I just didn't really like the layout. I mean, the graphic itself looked a little bit funny to me. Like, I feel like if you're going to do that big chunk of color to try to match the shoulder pattern with the chunk of color and then the accent stripe, at least match that color. This was kind of the opposite here, so I just didn't really love it. I mean, he was dialed in with his gear. I really liked the performance of the Axis XF Pro. I just thought the graphic was fine. So I know a lot of other people might have liked it. We saw it a lot in the playoffs the last few years, but it's pretty basic. I don't love it. Again, we're looking at the comments from the top 10 best setups from the last season. We're going to be looking at Jake Allen here. I get why he went with the iconic graphic to match kind of like that devilish tail, that devilish look of the Devils uniforms, but really, I just didn't love how it overall laid out. I feel like you could have added a little more color to the logos. I get why he did a lot of white base. I mean, it looks pretty decent here with the white base. I just feel like with how cool that iconic graphic is, you could have done a lot more with it. It was fine. It was all right. Nothing too crazy. I know that in my setup, in my countdown video from the previous 2023-2024 season, he was high up on that list, pretty much in that #1 spot. But just now looking at his gear here, I think it was a little bit of a drop off. So I really like the Brian's gear. Just wish he did a little bit more with that graphic. And finally, we're looking at the best, most mid setup of this past season. We're looking at Darcy Kuemper. He's using a lot of the true gear, and I really like that he switched to the true gear. I feel like it matches his game pretty well, because I felt that he was having a few rotation issues in the Vaughn gear. So it looks pretty good. So he looks pretty good here in the PX4 gear, and I like the silver, but this is just like someone that just said, hey, I'm on a Kings team, white, black, silver. Let's go with, silver as a more predominant color. I think it looks okay, but really, I just think my main issue is with that PX4 graphic. I like that the color is strung together. I think it looks pretty decent, but it's just pretty average, nothing super special. It's kind of higher up on that countdown as it might be a little bit more special, but it's nothing super crazy, so it is what it is. Now that I've shared my top 8 most mid setups for the season, I really hope you guys can pay attention to what I post over the next few months as I look to heal and recover and put myself back out on camera more. I really hope that I can do a little bit more in-depth videos, but until then, please comment down below and let me know what you think of these setups here. Are there any setups that you're looking forward towards for the next 2025-2026 season? Please comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. My name is Chris Dudo, and I'm the Goalie Gear Snob, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about NHL goalies and what they wore this past season, click the advanced stat video right there. Or if you want to learn more about the Stars Development Camp goalies, click that video right there.